Today is the 9th of May, and I am building Magic and his lady's permanent coop right now. I'm getting it all put together. I've got the sides and the back. I've got my door already prepared. I still got to put a floor in it, and I'm putting the side slats on it right now. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. And it's been taking me a while to actually get done. This has taken me probably about roughly 2 hours so far to do. And I've had to take these little metal thingies off of it, which I'll show you on some of them. I still have to take off. And it's a beautiful day, let me say. Let me get this off. So there we go. I had to figure out my phone so I could see to get it turned off and turned around. So this will be my door, and it will just open to one direction or the other, so I can get in there and clean all that out. And there's only going to be 3 to 4 chickens in this. I'm bracing this up right here. I'm going to put another brace in here and run it. And then on this side, I'll do the same for right there. But, oh, and I got to do one right here too, so I can get this attached together so it's not so flimsy. But I've got the bottom end. Some of these did not go in very well because this piece right here is actually blocking that. I think I should have had this flipped around and it would have worked better, because I guess it didn't make a difference because this wasn't down like that. But my nesting boxes are going to go here. I'm going to build them. All those staples and stuff I'm going to cut off and then put slats in there for their nesting boxes. And I probably put 3 right here. And then from here I'm going to run 2 roosting bars across somewhere in here, maybe even, I don't know how far up, but we can see where I want the roof, so I can actually walk inside here and have headroom from here to there. And I really like that because I'm going to put linoleum down on this and be able to sweep it out when I need to. And then we'll be able to put their food in here to keep that dry, and so they had food consistently. But I'm putting like slats on this to kind of give it a cedar kind of look. I'm gonna burn this with a torch, give it a rustic wood look to it, and then I'm gonna stain it. Probably just clear stain, because I kind of want that rustic look burnt of wood. And then that will be Magic and his couple of hens. And then I've got a start of a base right now, right here for checks. I'm not really worried about checks right this minute, but I wanted to see if I had enough to be able to do it, and I do. So that's great to know that. And I'm just happy that this is coming along. And then Magic and his couple of hens that he'll be with can have their permanent house. But not in their permanent place, obviously, because we have to get all these trees down along the house right through here to be able to get this all taken down, kind of a little more leveled out, and then seeded and then fenced in for them. So my laying hens are going to go between the horses. Magic and his hens are going to go in with the baby boys and checks, and his hens are already in with the girls, the baby girls, and they're actually using the baby girl hut. So I'm not so much to be rushed to make theirs, but I was trying to go through my wood to see how many more of those slats that I had that I possibly could put on that. And I don't think I'll have enough, but I do have some here, but they're thicker and I didn't want to have to use those. But this area right here, these I'm going to run exactly like that, long ways, but I kind of want to tether them, kind of like this. We could use one like this, and then we'll kind of overlap it. So this would come like this. This would come down a little more, kind of like this. And then the next one would be underneath it, and so far and so far. Or start from the bottom and work my way up. But I know that that'll be long enough to be able to put on these without a problem. I thought maybe even this area right here would be big enough for my 12 hens, but I really wanted to put this other section on there just for the roosting bars, and this be more of like their lounging and the nest eggs, or for their nesting boxes in the back. But we will see. That's what's going on right now. I've got to pick up my stuff from this stuff that I took all that down. I broke some up. My back's really bothering me. So I got to pick that stuff up, and I got some underneath my chair there, but I'm not really worried about those right now because I still have to take more out. But I need to take a break, go inside and actually sit down, get me something to drink cold, and rest a little bit. It's already after 4, so Billy's probably going to work till 5, maybe 5:30, because that's what he's been kind of working lately, which is great. God knows we need the finances, and that's overtime each day that he gets after 3 o'clock or 2:30, because I think he started at 6 yesterday. He started at 6:30 today, so things like that really do help out when he's working some overtime. It really financially does help. And then this right here, this stuff, these are more like 2x2s maybe, or 1x2, 1x1s. They're really nice. They're kind of warped though, but some of them are a little more nicer than others. But that's what this whole pile is, of different sizes probably, but all pretty much all the same length and width. Not all the same length, but the same width. And then these are some notched out. They were on the bigger part of the crates. They're like notched out right here. And they're pretty much all the same length. And then I got some of these thicker, wider, but not as long boards. And I got to put these up in sections wherever I can figure out. Well, obviously these go over there because that's the same kind of cutout. These are smaller, but that would probably work. Those would work. Those are thicker and wider. And that one's more of a... This one actually has to go over in this other pile that I've got going on right over here, because that's what these are. These are these cut off ones, and they're the same length. Oh, that's those little silver things that I've been having to take off. I don't know what those are. It's what held the wood together on the certain parts of the crates. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then I'll probably do a little more recording later today when Billy gets home. I know we're going to go over to my mother-in-law's house and visit for a little bit and give her her Mother's Day gift. And then I'm not sure what else we have planned, but I've got quite a few more here to do. These ones are longer because I was trying to figure out, like, would I want that one right there? Yeah, I could put it right there because it'll be up against another one, even though it's not quite as thick as those 5 that I've got in here. And these ones are not long enough to reach up here, I don't think. I already tried these once, and I don't think they were long enough. No, they're too short. But I thought maybe I could run them like this, and then maybe another one would go all the way to the top. I don't know, but that would fill this in back here. That's why I have these back here. And then I'll have to do their door, get that contained and stuff, and then do this other side. Get the second half of this up, because I like the height. So then we can kind of do a slooped roof, probably. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet, but I'll get Billy to kind of run his brain a little bit and see what he thinks. But other than that, it's going to be turning out pretty good, and hopefully I'll have it done this weekend. So stay tuned for more videos for that. But until then, we will be back in just a little while. We're here with our hay that we just went and got. And now Billy's going to feed everybody, so he doesn't have to worry about doing it later tonight. talking to Jill. And those guys are like, we're hungry too. And we got Captain and Meg there saying they're hungry too. They still got some stuff in there, but we're going to feed them some more hay. Better hay. He's petting Jill. We had to go get some new chains for the 32-inch bar. Get some new gear oil for the excavator because it's at its 50 hours. So that has to be changed, and then not again until the drive, whatever you call it, the drives. You can hear the boys crying. So now we back up to the barn. I'll get out and do some more videoing with Billy feeding. So this is what I've gotten done so far. I ran out of screws. So you can kind of see what I'm trying to explain on here of what it will look like. And it is the best that I can possibly do for them, and I think that would be good. I still have to fasten some of these bottoms on, and then right where some bracers come up, I can put them on there too. And I got to get all these staples out of here before I put them on. But I need screws because I'm all done with the screws, and then I got to get enough boards to take on this side, and then I'm going to do a small pitch of a roof that comes off like this through here, and then I gotta do the floor. And then I asked Billy if we could do some round wood pieces, and he said most likely, so I can get my floor on and put that, and then we can put this where we're temporarily gonna put it. And with that being said, that's what's going on. So thank you guys for being here as of today. And Billy had to go mow his mom's lawn because he said it looked like crap. But we probably made him happy, and he's going to be on his way home pretty soon. And Mama's made boxes all in their, or Mama's made nests in their boxes. They all did that really good and well. And I'm pretty happy with what I could see. Belle made like a little hole in hers. You already ate all your hay, boy. Here's Belle. And you can just see hers right there. And then Miss Mabel's, hers is pretty good looking. And then Miss Breezy, I believe, did something to hers because I had it more pushed outwards and she just made it her own, so that's a good thing. And then Miss Lavender did the same thing. She's the one that's got the hole in there. Look at that little hole. Just gotta make sure them babies don't fall out of there, I think. And then I seen babies out here bouncing around. There's one right there. You can see it. Little babies bouncing around. And then Miss Blue Diamond up here, her babies were out and about too. I don't see any out right now, but they were. And still, I haven't seen any of Miss Honey's out yet, but we'll see. We got the 2 trees down. Elijah, he came to see me for Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to everybody. He's helping out a little bit. Just a little bit.
$73 today.
I know, it's beautiful out.
Toasty.
Yeah. He's going to use the excavator to pick up the top so he can get to it and get it cut up. That's what the plan is, so we can keep working on this to try to get this all cut up, because he's got 3 trees that he's got to try to finish tops for. The beech that we brought down last week, the top's still up there, we need to cut up. The one single cherry that fell, and then the one that was near the house that had the Y in it, that one, we have to get its top too done. So that's what we're trying to do here. Elijah's doing a lot of heavy lifting with that stuff. I can only carry just a little bit. I've already wore myself out. So I'm sitting here trying to rest up and kind of not worry about things. And I'm very thankful that Elijah's here helping, because that takes less of what I have to do that you guys don't see behind scenes, is that I'm the one usually carrying the brush to the fire. While Billy's cutting, I usually throw small pieces into a pile for the wood, but Elijah's picked up and he's actually done that, and I can tell you that it has really helped out. I got ash flying all over me. I think I need to sit in a different area maybe. This is what's left of that big cherry that was behind the house with the Y in it. So I think I'm going to have Billy actually put what's left here on this pile on that pile before we call it an evening. I think this is probably, if he can grab it with the bucket, it's probably 2 or 3 buckets that he can put on top of that and burn it up. It's like, let me see, I'll show you guys what time it is. So 7:51. Billy wanted to get that in half because the machine was at its picking up limit and couldn't get it up any higher. So we still got this top of this cherry to do and the beech that he didn't get cut up to get that finished. And then we're going to take down this little sap tree right here because it got hit pretty good. And then our next tree we're going to take down is that big maple right there. Maybe this tree right there. I think we're going to try to leave this one. We want to leave some smaller trees, even in, you know, the areas where our animals will be, just smaller. Because by the time they get big to the point where they could hurt anything, we'll probably be gone. I'm talking like dead. We'll be too old.